Oh, Eugene McGuinness here again. I've been asked to do another mosque update, unfortunately, which is really strange. But I've been asked. People have been ringing me all day, in actual fact, all day yesterday. Some of them on foot of an interview I had on KCLR with regard to an update on the mosque situation. The fact is now that we are being written to by Board Plan Audit to say that this mosque decision is delayed again. This is the third time that it's been delayed. Now, I know what people are thinking, and I possibly am thinking the same, but I don't want to believe it. Insofar as, is there political interference? Why is it that this decision has been put off so many times? Is it anything to do with the local elections? I know, of course, and we all know, that our local politicians, who've remained silent throughout this whole procedure, don't want this decision because it will concentrate minds, and people will say, well, Eugene McGuinness was right. You said nothing for the last year. You didn't represent our point of view. You did nothing about it. They don't want to hear that. They don't want you knowing it. But I am reminding people every door I knock at of the situation up here. It's a traffic situation, and I'm really getting a sense now that people are actually starting to understand that we are objecting on traffic grounds up here. They know, they see, they've been over to the cemetery, Nolan Park, and they're actually taking notice of what's going on. It's absolutely bizarre what's going on up here with regard to planning. And now we have this further delay. But I will not allow the general public in Kilkenny, or indeed our so-called politicians, to forget what they didn't do. For the last year, they did zero, absolutely nothing. And particularly, in generally for people of Kilkenny, with regard to the situation, because it affects everybody, but in particular for the people of St. John's Parish. Now, as I've said before, we do not have a sitting councillor who actually lives in St. John's Parish. It's quite bizarre, but unfortunately, that is the case. I want to be that councillor. I have worked extremely hard with this mosque development on the Hebron Road. Now I've objected to the hotel planning. I'm involved with Lakeside with regard to another development down there. And I also objected to the funeral parlour being built. Now, all of these planning permissions, if they were to get the go-ahead, will cause utter mayhem down there. Utter mayhem. And it'll ripple out across New Park, Lacken Drive, all of the estates. And they are simply not listening. We have lists, as I said the last time, of speed ramps up here where I live in Bishop Burr's Place. Speed ramps. The biggest speed ramp that's going to affect Bishop Burr's Place is a 6 million or 5 million mosque development on the Hebron Road. It'll take you so long to get through there that speed ramps won't be necessary. But this is the kind of political bullshit that we're putting up with now 6 weeks out. And it's further exacerbated by the fact this is the third time this decision has been put off. But let me tell you something. We have canvassed all the far side of the town at this stage. I have my 3 sisters, my 2 brothers with me, and a lot of other canvassers out there. Richie O'Connor's with me, Ned Larkin. I should give mention to them. They've been working extremely hard. They've been helping me out. There's a lot of people out with me. And next week, I'm delighted to say that I have John Joe Cullen out. John Joe has butcher shop on the top of John Street. He's behind me 100% of the way, and he's coming out to vote, or he's coming out to canvass. Such as he's concerned about what's going on, that he's prepared to come out and canvass. Something that he hasn't done previously, but he's going to do it. And another good friend of mine, Frank Grinsell, the auctioneer, he's coming out to canvass. He's behind me 100% of the way, and he will be out canvassing next week and the week after and the week after, right up to election day. Because please understand, we're only 3 weeks out now, 3 weeks out from a local election. Only once in 5 years do you, the public, get an opportunity to change the council, to change the borough council. The old thinking should be gone. We also have 2 councillors coming back in who incidentally were given the golden handshake on the way out. But now they want to come back, but they keep the golden handshake. I think that's wrong. I think it's very, very wrong, and I'll be asking the question of them. Why do you think you should be coming back after receiving so much money leaving? It's very bizarre. It's a funny situation, but they're coming back. But it's up to you to stop that. It's up to you, the people of Kilkenny, to come out and vote, to give number 1 to Eugene McGuinness. Let's change what's going on. Let's stop the political bullshit. But you have to come out and vote. I meet you at the doors. You're very enthusiastic. I must say we were received very, very well. Right across Kilkenny. There are people, and I will acknowledge it, there are people who have concerns about my objection to the development up here. And I've tried to explain to them the situation that I'm in, the situation that Lacken Drive is in, Assumption Place is in, Bishop Birch Place, Hebron Park, Old New Park, what situation they're in on the day of a match or etc. You put a mosque, put in a hotel, a funeral parlour and another development, and what do you think is going to happen up here? Nobody, absolutely nobody has attempted to address those concerns. And they cannot be addressed because the Hebron Road cannot be widened. Our local politicians are desperate to keep all of this quiet. Well, it won't be kept quiet because Eugene McGuinness is out knocking at doors. So next week, you'll see John Joe Cullen, you'll see Frank Grinsell, you'll see my sisters, my brothers. You will see them all. You'll see Richie O'Connor, Ned Larkin, Johnny Phelan, Chunky O'Brien. All of these people are coming out to canvass. And they're coming out to canvass because they believe that we need to change what's going on over in the Borough Council. The same old is not good enough anymore. You have an opportunity. So what I'm asking you to do is vote number 1 for Eugene McGuinness. For the 15 minutes of your life that it takes you to vote, I guarantee you 5 years of mine. That's the only promise I'm going to make. And I will continue to examine anything that comes through the Borough Council with the same attention to detail, with the same determination as I have over here. So I'm looking forward to meeting you all. I'm moving into all of this side of the city. We spend our time at the doors. I'm only 10 minutes away. Not one leaflet goes through a door, but there's a canvasser on the other side. I am not, like a lot of candidates, paying kids to go around to shove leaflets through doors. Canvassers are there. If you need to speak to me, I'm not more than a few hundred yards away. And I will talk to anybody. Whether you agree or you disagree, I'm prepared to have the discussion. So until then, I'll keep you updated on the ongoing mosque saga. Until then, I look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.